For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, 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 for the record.
All right, man. So let's just get right into it, man. Where you want to go to? Your Raiders first and cover down on them, and then we get into the quarterbacks. How we want to start this off?
Yeah.
Let's start off on a good note.
Let me get on my Raiders talk over here, man. Derek Carr, a.k.a. Superman, as they said on the news anchor. But, he's the new death-defying Derek Carr. MVP hunting.
The same Derek Carr that had 44 yards in the first half. That's the same MVP.
We talking about his feats, like him leaping for this, what he's doing to go above and beyond, like that go that line marker. I'm gonna get to it, just jumping over everybody, man. Like,
sure, it wasn't a shootout like you thought it was gonna be. Was it?
It was a shootout. Like, we came down to back and forth, but hey, you got to give it up to where it can, man. We was playing with our third string, pretty much line. We coming through, man. Please, we need to get this line back healthy. We got 2 weeks before we got to see Kansas City again. We need to get them back popping, man. So going into this week, man, we knew it was gonna be an uphill battle. We knew what we said. Hey, he got to hit him low and just keep going at him, or get that run game going. Either one. My secret weapon that I talked about during the podcast last week was Ingo. He went out early, injured, ribs. I'm like, what are we gonna do? So, but Booker and Josh Jacobs was going off, man, keeping it running steadily. I mean, there was tit for tat on it, like both hitting 60+ yards. Yeah, you saying that ain't much, but I mean, like a 120-yard game. That's pretty good, and they was getting nice chunks every time. The line was holding up as good as they can. It got better as the game went on. Beginning of the game, they was having a little bit of trouble. Derek Carr held on to the ball. He fumbled. But, like he said, he came back with some effort on that next drive and just diving over people. Like, once again, I'm happy about it now, but let's calm down on that stuff.
There was also a few INTs that he left out there, for the Chargers too.
Yeah, I mean, but that's gonna come. You're trying to get to your receivers, and then hold up. I gotta look at the man face on this one right here, Nelson Aguilar. He come through it again. Thank you, Eagles. Thank you. We appreciate that, man. Nelson Aguilar, man. This dude is I don't know why y'all got rid of him. He's just stellar, man. This dude, stand-up guy. Had the one drop. That's the only one I know. All the rest of them just coming. Breadbasket.
It's coming, man.
All his stuff. No, it's not.
It's coming. He dropped very big passes for us in the playoffs. It wasn't happening throughout the season when it really wasn't a big deal. But wait, when it matters to you the most, he gonna be right down the middle in a catch that.
Y'all heard it here. He said we're going to the playoffs. Whew. Raiders, we finally back in the mix. We got the people believing we going to the playoffs.
Y'all look like y'all should be a player. I mean, they did add a team.
And then defense, man. I was dreading going here, man. The defense, man. They surprisingly held up better than I thought they were going to be.
But then the levees broke.
No, they held up. Like a couple of people made some good plays. Nick Kukowski going in for that 2-point conversion. He made the stop. You had the couple sacks, I think.
Whoa. Let's get back to that 2-point conversion, because you tend to omit some things that happened in your favor. You always talk about the refs, right? And you a conspiracy theorist that the refs are against the Raiders, who haven't won nothing in years. But here was an obvious timeout call. You know what I mean? That was an obvious timeout call. They had a timeout in the Chargers. They decided not to take the timeout because Herbert was injured.
Yeah.
That was dumb coaching. You know what I mean? Because then they had, what's his name? What's their backup quarterback? Tyrod Taylor. And why would, there's no way you thought that was going to be a run by a quarterback.
That coach, man, you got to think these quarterbacks, that's just like sons to them, man. They don't want to see it. He just seen his son just go out there and get smacked. He ain't gonna send him right back out there to get smacked again, bro. It was gonna happen again.
Speaking of, the Chargers are a coach away from being really good, but that's neither here nor there.
Hey, whatever. They ain't gonna be good against my Raiders. No, never.
just wanted to point that out, that you escaped from a injury.
They threw Tyrod out there. He tried to run, tried to come up there. He came against that wild Nick Nikakowski. Just stopped him, held him up. Hey, great play. I think that's the play that actually kind of like led us to winning the game, you know, because them being down at 2 point, they actually had to score coming up to the end of the game. And let's talk about the end of that game. That was the exciting end of the game. So they burnt our guy one time, Isaiah Johnson, who we've been trying to get out there for like the past year. Everybody's been saying like, because this Nixon guy keep getting burnt. So, hey, why not just like throw Isaiah Johnson out there? But they finally let him play after Trayvon Mullen gets it, like his hamstrings continue bothering him. He's out there. And they said, you know what? We're going to try this guy. They go out there trying one time with Mike Williams. No go. Take him down. He's out. He's injured. So let's throw in our next tall guy. We'll get it over him this time. Comes back, 1 second left on the clock. 1 second left on the clock. You know where it's going. He goes up there. He catches the ball. But man ain't eating his Wheaties. He ain't drinking his milk. He ain't strong enough. Get this guy off the field. Just snatch him. Incomplete. Raiders win. Greatest victory of this season, I want to say.
Yeah,
Greatest victory of this season.
It was big, man, because I damn sure thought he had that ball until they had to do that replay, man. And as a cornerback, you can't play that any better. You can't, especially being in that position, being a shorter guy. You have to play those angles. He was in the right position and got strong with, you know, I mean,
you gotta want it.
You gotta give it up. You gotta want it. You gotta have that want. You gotta have that want.
He ain't want it. He ain't want it. Hey, big shout out to the defense. Hey, y'all still got a lot of work to do, but you came and held it down when we needed y'all. That's all I can ask. Like, appreciate that. Good win.
And these, for sure, these are the wins you gotta have. That you can't lose to a team that's at the time 2-5.
Yeah, 2.
You can't lose to a team that's 2-5 if you're trying to make the playoffs. This is signs that you guys are winning the games that you're supposed to win and moving forward for the rest of your schedule.
Yeah.
These are the type of games you gotta win to make the playoffs, because you guys have a relatively light schedule based on you guys being kind of trash last year. So, man,
I can't wait for your schedule next year, man. Let's go. Let's go ahead and move on.
All right, man.
Hey, that was enough Raiders talk. I'm pretty sure we're going to come back with talking about week 10 coming up. We'll have another video drop this week as well. So for y'all who catch it on YouTube, that's how you're going to start getting the previews for the week. We'll drop it on YouTube a day or two before the games, talking about what we expect for the next week coming up.